I'm Gordon. Welcome to Video and Arcade Top 10, Canada's only video game and electronics show. Now, if you want to win just by watching at home, all you got to do is be a home player. If the player you're matched with wins, then you win too. Now, as a home player, you can win this great CD-ROM system from CompuCenter. Hook it up to your computer and experience the ultimate in graphics and memory expansion. And if that ain't enough, you win this incredible and astounding Canadian Miele Pegasus cross-mountain street bike. With summer just around the corner, you're going to look great bombing around town on this little guy. Now, to be a home player, it's simple. Drop us a line at Video and Arcade Top 10, 37 Hannah Avenue, Unit 17, Toronto, Ontario, M6K 1X4. All right, let's check in with the gang.
I've got today's Nintendo News Update featuring SimCity, and our star card is the talented young duo Crisscross.
It's Super NES Day. We're playing with the Super Scope 6, and then we find out the Legend of Zelda.
Hi, I'm Wayne Parker from Glass Tiger, and I've got some great tips and hints for both of today's Super NES games.
I've got some cool music from Annie Lennox, plus a look at the movies, including Passed Away and, as usual, the letter of the week.
All right, today we go full tilt with some Super NES action. This is the Super Scope 6, and it has become the most accurate accessory any video game system has ever seen. Now, all of our players are armed and ready to play, so let's get over and meet them, please. Liza.
Hi, Mark. How you doing? Good. Now, you told me earlier you've never used a Super Scope before, have you?
No.
No, so you're pretty excited?
Yep.
Excellent. Good luck. You're playing with Mandy McRae from Orleans, Ontario.
Stephanie, how you doing?
Fine.
Are you ready to kick some butt or what?
Yeah.
All right, that's much, much better. Anyone you want to say hi to out there?
No, not really.
No, not really. Okay, have you used the Super Scope 6 before?
No.
No, you haven't? Okay, well, so even competition so far. You're playing with Richard Ferguson from Campbellton, New Brunswick. Good luck to both of you.
Okay.
Hey, Paul. How you doing?
Fine.
Looks like you got some pretty stiff competition from Stephanie. She's pretty enthusiastic. Have you ever used this before?
No.
Okay, well, good luck. Hope it goes well. You're playing with Daniel Chow from Montreal, Quebec.
Laura, welcome to the show. Is there anyone you want to say hi to out there?
I'd just like to say hi to my friends at school.
Oh, you would?
Yeah.
Cool. Have you used the Super Scope 6 before?
No.
No, all right, so we have some even competition all the way around. Good luck, Laura. You're playing with Jamie Reed from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Okay, I want to say good luck to all of you. Now, before the show, we decided that we'd play the missile game Intercept, which is part 1 of the Laser Blazer series. Now, today's winner will be the one that was able to score the most points. Straight and simple. All right, players, turn around and pick up your Super Scopes and take aim. Don't start quite yet. Let's get ready. All right, let's play the game. Eliza, please tell us what we're playing for.
All the studio players will take home Video and Arcade Top 10 color change t-shirts from Party Pigs. Our runner-up is going to take home a Revell model car kit. We're not just talking models. There's a full line of classic replicas like the 68 Corvette, the Chevy Pro Stock car, and the Racing Mustang, just to name a few. All are courtesy of Golden Games. And our winner and their play-at-home partner will get a copy of the incredible Super Scope 6, the ultimate in video game technology. Now let's go back to more game action.
Okay, Eliza, right off the bat, I want to show you the best way to hold the Super Scope 6. What you're going to want to do is move your shoulder into place, mount the Super Scope on your shoulder so it's nice and comfortable, and then look through the aiming, the eyesight. Now, the point here, the most important thing here is to make sure you close the eye you're not using. That way you'll get better aim. You'll get the best possible aim you want.
Okay, now, Gord, the Super Scope 6, that would be 6 different games?
That's correct. Laser Blazer, that's made up of Intercept, which we're playing today, Engage, and Confront. Now, in Game 2, there's Blasters, which we've got Blasters A, Blasters B, and Mole Patrol. Now, today's game will be played as follows. First, what you got to do is take aim and shoot for the missiles that cross the screen. The farther away they are, the more points they're worth. Now, today we're also playing for maximum points, so remember, use your aim as best you can.
Now, don't go nuts firing your missiles as though there's no tomorrow. Now, you've got to take into account that you're only given a set number of shots loaded into your tube at a time. It takes a few seconds for the tube to reload, and these few seconds can make or break a game, so pace yourself.
That's right. Also, remember that as well, the number of shots you take to clear a screen will determine the calculation of your score. With 30 levels to deal with, also, we started all our players on level 1. Now, also, if you really want to be cool for you at home, play in the versus mode. What you can do is you can complete with another in a test of accuracy. 2 players will play the same stages for 3 rounds using the Super Scope alternately.
Complete with another?
Yes, compete with another. Compete with another.
Thank you,
Sorry.
Gord.
No problem.
Okay, now, Gord, what about Mario?
Mario, you're thinking of the wrong game, Liza.
No. During your game, sometimes you'll see Mario being chased by Bowser. If you can shoot Bowser, your damage meter will decrease by 1. Now, if you hit Mario, your damage meter will go up by 1.
I guess I just didn't get that far. Now, your game is over when enough missiles have cleared the screen past you and registered a damage reading on your screen. The damage meter is located on the bottom left corner of the screen, so be aware of that, guys.
There are 4 different types of missiles. The smallest ones are worth the most points. The point breakdown goes like this: 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and 4,000. Now, don't get frustrated if you miss a shot. Regroup, take aim, hold your breath and fire.
And why would you hold your breath?
Okay, it's a secret. The less movement you make when firing is the better. Now, hey, breathe in between shots. How much do you have to breathe? But if you're making that crucial do or die shot, try holding your breath for 2 seconds while you fire.
While you fire, 2 seconds. All right, stick around. We got some more great tips on the way for the Super Scope 6. But now it's time to go over to Nicholas Pickles with today's letter of the week. Please, Nicholas.
Hark, I hear my fine defeathered piece of poultry now. And that means only one thing. It's time for letter of the week. Today's letter comes to us from Priscilla Lanny of Laval. Priscilla writes, I'm 11 years old and in grade 5, I'd like to be a home player. Not a problem. We put you on the list. And please write back and send autographs of all the staff. We've got that. These are fine pictures. Now, because we read your letter on the air, we're going to send you a movie pass for 10 rentals from Jumbo Video. And hey, we're not just talking movies. You can also rent Nintendo video games as well. Now back to more game action with Gord and Liza.
Now, it seems like there's a lot of gizmos and stuff you've got to do. Just have fun and play the game. I mean, this game seems sort of confusing.
Well, actually, Liza, it's the exact opposite. It's not that confusing. The Super Scope gun requires just one important bit of information, and that's really just about it. All I have to do is remember to put the remote infrared box either on top or on bottom of the TV set. When you place it on top of the set, you'll get maximum response.
Really, that's it?
That's it. You got it. After you've lined up the gun for your game, you're ready to rock.
Well, that is really easy. You're right. Now, recently, I had the opportunity to try out the Super Scope 6 at Wayne Parker's house on his big screen TV. The big picture, combined with full stereo sound, was the ultimate in video game fun. Plus, we're able to be as far back as 16 feet with the Super Scope, but it was still operational. We tried to call you. I guess you weren't home.
Oh, thanks a lot. All right, let's get over to Wayne Parker then, who's here today with some tips for the Super Scope 6. Wayne.
Thanks, Gord. As Liza mentioned, playing this game on the big screen gives a whole new meaning to video game playing. Here are a few intercept tips when playing the Laser Placer game. Utilize your radar. This part of the screen is not there for decoration. It can really help you. When you get really good, you can time your shot to the exact point when the missile enters the screen. Using the radar screen, you're able to decide whether or not you want to lay down a blanket of missiles. What is a blanket? Well, if you got a small missile on the screen and it's worth a lot of points and there's no missiles coming on the radar, shoot a blanket of missiles from your launching tube. Fire them in a circular formation so that it actually surrounds the small missile, therefore making sure you hit it. Since our players are going for maximum points, you may want to consider this strategy if you're behind. Shooting with one eye closed can actually help in targeting the missiles. Don't get frustrated with one particular missile. Hey, if you keep missing it, go on to another one, because the more time you spend on one missile, the faster the other ones will begin to overtake you. The maximum amount of time allotted for one missile should never exceed 2.3 seconds exactly. That's it for tips. Now remember that if your gun is not firing properly, look to either realigning your gun sight with your TV or check to see if your batteries are low. Back to Liza and Gord.
Thanks, Wayne. Now remember that when a player dies, the score they had is added on to what they have now. We don't erase old scores, so that's pretty good. Now with our players still going strong, let's check in with Gord and today's Electro News Update.
All right, now you've heard about this prize dating back to the beginning of our season. We've given away dozens of Gravis joysticks, but never really touched on what these incredible joysticks can really do. First off, notice the shape of the joystick, designed specifically for total control when playing the game. Then there's the hyperspeed button that allows you to shoot more ammo than usual. The Gravis joystick is really effective when you play games like Gauntlet 2. All the characters, especially the wizard, suddenly become more powerful. All right, stick around because there's lots more to come. We've got the Nintendo News Update, movies, music, and our Super Scope 6 winner. So don't go away. We'll see you in 2.5 minutes.
You're looking at the next breakthrough for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Introducing Super Scope 6. Remote-powered and laser-accurate. Precise to a single television pixel. It comes with 6 great games, and it's yours for under $70. All of which gets you into the game like never before. Super Scope 6 only for Super Nintendo. System and scope sold separately. Now you're playing with power. Super power.
hoodie. Drop some fire.
The two fearless space explorers board their intergalactic spacecraft. Destination unknown. Personally, I think space travel is highly overrated.
Those are killer moves, Tony.
Top that. We've practiced, but first let's start with a complete breakfast, including my Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
This ought to be good.
Good. They're great.
You'll show them you're a tiger. The Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. Whoa. Brings out the tiger in you.
Action cards, here's your All-Star Baseball action cards. 1 free in specially marked boxes of Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. You can collect and trade all 10 All-Star Baseball action cards.
Welcome back. Let's head over to Liza and find out who today's winner is. Please, Liza.
Gord, what an amazing system this is. Well, we've totaled the points, and I'm pleased to announce that the winner of our Super Scope Championship is player number 3, Stephanie. Excellent, good work. All your enthusiasm paid off at the beginning of the game. Well, for being our winner here in studio, you and you alone take home this week's Studio Pack. In it this week, you're going home with the amazing Power Zone hockey set. It's complete with digital scoreboard, plexi backboards, and puck eject. The Power Zone hockey game courtesy of M.A. Henry. Nice going, and congratulations and thanks to everybody for coming out and playing the game. Now let's head over to Linda with today's Nintendo News Update.
SimCity from Nintendo is the game of building a simulated city or a city in miniature. As the mayor of the city, you have decided where everything goes. Your main goal is to turn a barren landform into a megalopolis of 500,000 Sim citizens. Picking the right landform is the first step in building a megalopolis. The rule here is that less water is better because you can't build on water. Mass transit is the answer to the future. It eliminates traffic and doesn't pollute. To reach the highest populations, you should replace all roads with mass transit tracks. Gifts are received after meeting a particular condition. For $100, you can place the gift anywhere in your city. Many gifts provide extra income, but some have hidden costs. The $200 gift appears after you built 1 or 3 stadiums. Build it in your residential or commercial zones for the greatest effect. The Mario statue is proof of your skills as a dynamic mayor. When you get this when your city reaches a population of 500,000. And when your city has 3, 6, and 9 schools, you receive a library. You receive amusement parks after building 300, 400, and 500 kilometers of roads. They earn $200 per year. And if you're one of those mayors who wants to have it all, try this trick. Spend all your money and wait until December. When the tax screen pops up, press the L button, hold it, and leave the screen. Then go back to the tax screen and raise all the funding levels to 100% when holding the L button. You now have almost $1 million. Sounds complicated, but it's really easy and fun. That's it for the Nintendo News Update. Now you're playing with power, superpower. Let's go back to game action.
Have you ever heard of the legend of Hero? Well, no? Well, you should have. According to the mythical gods, they descended from a distant nebula that was the home of all good, order, and life. They came down and formed a golden triangle called the Triforce, the ultimate in power. Now, the Triforce could not tell between good and bad, so when it fell into the evil hands of a bunch of thieves, they led by Mandrake Ganon, the war to save the land begun. What we're talking about here is the amazing fantasy game from Nintendo, The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. Now, this is where our players come in, so why don't you get over there and meet them, please, Liza.
Our first player today is Mandy. Hi, Mandy.
Hi.
Anybody you want to say hi to?
Yeah, I'd like to say hi to all my friends in grade 8 at St. Teresa's School.
Great. Hi, everybody. And you're playing with Said Ahmed from Toronto, Ontario.
Max, man, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
You ready to kick some butt here?
Oh, yeah.
You think you will?
Definitely.
All right, have you played this before?
Not really.
Not really, but you're pretty confident anyways. Anyone you want to say hi to out there?
Yeah, my mom, my brother. Geez, all the guys at Ernest Town if they're watching.
All right, excellent stuff. Good luck, Max. You're playing with Clinton Price from London, Ontario. Good luck.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, Scott. How are you?
Oh, pretty good.
Anybody you want to say hi to? Married? Have any girlfriends?
No.
Not married? No? Okay. You're playing with Dan Hoytis from Courtenay, BC. Good luck.
Sean, how you doing?
Fine.
Are you ready to kick some butt?
Yeah.
You think you can kick Max's butt here?
Probably.
You think so? All right, anyone you want to say hi to out there?
Yeah, all my friends in grade 8.
Okay, good luck, Sean. You're playing with Jason Conrad from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Good luck to all you guys. All right, now today's winner will be the one that is able to get the farthest in the adventure. Now, the legend begins in your very own house. You've been awakened by Zelda's voice. Set out for the castle, look for the entrance around the perimeter of the castle, and then once you've entered, look for the magical study called the Sanctuary. This is your some beginning tips. All right, adventurers, let's turn around, pick up our controllers. All right, let's play the game. Liza, please tell us what we're playing for.
All the arcade players will take home Video and Arcade Top 10 Color Change t-shirts from Party Pigs. Our runner-up will get the fantasy board game Key to the Kingdom from Canada Games. And our studio champ and their Plays Home partner will walk away with a copy of Legend of Zelda from Nintendo for play on Super NES. Now, back to more game action.
All right, now the golden world of the Triforce has become corrupted by Ganon's evil wishes. However, this is not enough for Ganon. He also wants to make Hyrule, the light world, his own. Now, to do this, he needs to break the seal of the 7 wise men. We're talking serious stuff, Liza.
Yeah, but he can't break the seal, Gord.
Why not?
Well, he must also use the life force of the descendants of the 7 wise men. With Aghanim the Wizard as his pawn, this is about to become a reality. Now, this would explain the late-night experiments going on in the castle.
Now, you, as the legendary hero of Hyrule, must enter the Dark World on a quest to save the maidens that Aghanim has imprisoned. The aim of the game is to solve as many of the mysteries that face you while rescuing the maidens, defeating Ganon, and returning peace to Hyrule.
It is possible to leap off ledges into the overworld and dungeons as long as there are no obstacles at the edge. Leaping down is often a shortcut. Now, there will also be certain blocks in the dungeons that you can push around. Use them as a defensive tactic and try to keep enemies away.
That's right. Now, if there are no objects in front of you, push down on the A button and your character will start to run. Now, don't worry. He will automatically draw his sword just in case you run into something, so don't worry about that.
Now, as the game continues, your strength will grow and you'll be able to throw heavier items. Now, on the onset of the game, you can only throw bushes and pots. And don't forget to look for those treasure chests.
That's right. Now, if you happen to come across Zora's flippers, that means you can swim. They'll help you swim. Remember, though, when you are swimming, you can't use your sword. Remember, when you're swimming, no sword. Also, go up to all objects that you may think might help you in your adventure. Pulling levers and statues is a good part of the game, but remember that not all objects should be touched.
There are 3 sword attacks that you can use. Normal sword blows, where the faster you press the button, the more rapidly the sword will swing. The whirling blade technique is quite effective. Once your sword is charged, release the B button, and you'll execute a whirling power attack. When you have Pegasus shoes, you can run with your sword drawn. If enemies happen to be standing in front of you, you're going to hit them as you run past. And one little tip, hold down the A button for another build-up of speed.
That's right. Now, when your sword's power level is 2 or more and all your heart containers are full, you can launch a beam from the tip of the blade. The bolt of energy can be used to attack enemies from a distance, which is really cool. There are also certain items that you're going to find, stuff like the flute. Now, Liza, what's the mystical power of the flute's music?
Having the flute allows you to travel to 8 different locations in Hyrule. Now, Gord, there are 19 different items that can be included in your inventory. We don't have time to explain every single item, so I'll run them down for you. Here we go. Magic Cape, Staff of Verna, Staff of Samaria, Fire Rod, Ice Rod, Flute, Shovel, Hook Shot, Magic Hammer, Magical Mirror, Magical Powder, Mushrooms, Bow, the Book of Medora, Bug Collecting, Bottle, Boomerang, and the Lantern.
And the bomb, too.
And the bomb, thank
That's
you.
right.
Gord, now you have the honor of picking one to explain to the people at home.
All right, I'm going to have to choose the Fire Rod. Fire Rod's my favorite because it spits out a ball of fire that will sear most enemies to a crisp. Now, some enemies are especially vulnerable to the Fire Rod, so use it wisely. Also, it can be used to, like the lantern, it can be used to light torches, but from a distance. Remember, you have to be from distance. All right, everyone's doing just fine over here, so let's head over to Nicholas Pickles with today's Look at Music.
The Manchester band James began with a strange philosophy. They decided they would not record anything, pose for publicity pictures, or give interviews. A peculiar method to become successful. In 1983, James decided to give in a little on this stance and record their first EP. Here from their 5th release is Born of Frustration. Let's take a look. Rhyme have released their debut album. These guys realized that some people might not accept them as rappers because they're 3 white guys from Canada. But the music is funky and fun and worth checking out. Here they are with Check the OR.
The convoy, make some noise for the boys as we rip loins. Move your joints in motion if you can keep up. If you can't, here's a hanky to clean your weep up. Poetics are dropped and no type of coincidence. Check the OR. Check the OR. You like it so far? Check the OR.
Annie Lennox is on her own after parting ways with longtime Eurythmics partner Dave Stewart. Eurythmics had a great career due in part to Lennox's incredible voice and looks. And if Annie's solo album Diva is any indication of her future, Annie Lennox should do just great on her own. Here's a look at why. Okay, today's trivia question is, what was the name of the band Annie Lennox was first in? If you know the answer, you could win an Annie Lennox cassette Diva. Send your answers into Video and Arcade Top 10, 37 Hannah Ave, Unit 17, Toronto, Ontario, M6K1X4. Congratulations go out to Ellie Basils of Doral, Quebec, and Chris Carr of Whitecourt, Alberta, who knew that Lisa Lougheed is from Toronto. Now let's head back to some more game action.
All right, we've pretty much covered a ton of stuff here about Legend of Zelda, but you know what we're missing?
I certainly do know what we're missing. We're missing tips.
That's right.
And I know just the person who knows all the secret tips and hints you could possibly want. Here's Wayne Parker from Glass Tiger.
Thanks, Liza. At the outset of the game, before leaving the house, open up the chest and take out the lamp. You're going to need it when entering the castle. To find the entrance to the castle, all you have to do is pull a bush to reveal a hole. I hear you saying, where exactly is that hole? Well, if I tell you that, it ruins all the fun. After you've got the boomerang, you'll have to defeat the guards. To do this by hiding behind the corridor and jumping out and firing your boomerang. When you reach Princess Zelda, you can stun the trooper guarding the cell by either using your boomerang to stun him or just throw some clay pots at him. Now when you rescue Zelda, take her to Sanctuary. Proceed west to Karariko Village. Go to the house marked with an X and talk to the old lady inside. She'll tell you about the Master Sword. You're going to need to find Sahasrara to find the sword. So find the young boy standing near the water trough. He'll tell you where to find Sahasrara. When you find him, he'll tell you, in order to wield the Master Sword, a person must first get the pendants of courage, wisdom, and power. The last tip deals with defeating the Armos Knights, who guard the East Palace and the Pendant of Courage. To defeat them, simply use your bow and arrow. This weapon will be the most effective. Go back to Sahasrara, give him the pendant. He will be impressed and hand over to you the Pegasus shoes. This will allow you to dash around quickly and cover a great distance in a short period of time. The next pendant is located in the Desert Palace. You need the Book of Mudora. The book is found in the House of Books. Look for the building southeast of Karariko Village with a feather quill symbol. Now you're not going to be able to reach it, so use the dash technique to bash the bookcase and make it fall. Now you can enter the Desert Palace and get the second pendant. That's it for hints and tips. Good luck playing The Legend of Zelda. Let's check back in with Liza and Gord.
Thanks, Wayne. That was some pretty serious tips there.
How's he gave away, 2 of the 3 locations of the pendants. Pretty generous if you ask me. All right, let's head over to Linda with today's Star Card, please. Linda.
Today's Star Card, Crisscross. Little Boys into Hood, Chris Smith and Chris Kelly formed the rap duo Crisscross. Their album, Totally Crossed Out, reached number 3 on the record charts its second week out, an amazing accomplishment for any new group. Never mind the fact that both members of Crisscross are only 13 years old. Jermaine Dupri, himself only 19, first noticed the boys in an Atlanta mall and went on to produce the Crisscross album. Crisscross live in the Atlanta suburbs when they are not touring, and they say their idols are Run DMC, Naughty Board.
When we return, we'll have a look at the movies, the Funlands Arcade Top 3, and the winner of The Legend of Zelda, so stick around.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. One life-sucking Metroid survived the first Metroid adventure, and it's multiplying rapidly. You must help Samus save the universe again in Metroid 2. So we're giving you more power and mightier weapons to search a bigger world.
Game Boy sold separately.
Destroy or be destroyed.
Metroid 2, The Return of Samus, only on Game Boy.
The future is in your hands.
Introducing the epic challenge that only the Super Nintendo Entertainment System could make possible. Across endless land and water, you search. Deep into a parallel world, where light becomes dark, you search. And just when you think your search has ended, you find it's just begun. The new Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. Now you're playing with power and superpower.
It's a James Bond Jr. secret mission, but scum is ready. Walker the Plank hooks IQ. Jaws is having a snack. Odd Job is flipping his lid. But IQ packs a punch, and James Bond Jr. dives into action. Mission accomplished. James Bond Jr. Figures and vehicles sold separately.
It's a shame most kids are taught sports that appear to be fun, yet do very little to add to the skills as an adult. But take golf. It helps one master the art of concentration and coordination, as well as the virtues of honesty and proper etiquette. On the other hand, we must not let our kids grow up too fast.
Adventure, romance, drama, comedy, bonanza, something for everyone, Sundays at 4.
Welcome back. Today's Funland Arcade top sellers look something like this. At number 3, the helicopter action game Steel Talons. At number 2, Road Riot 4-wheel drive. And in the number 1 position, the comic book multiplayer action game X-Men. Now let's check in with Gordon.
All right, it's that time once again to find out who our champion is. So let's meet our Legend of Zelda winner, please, Liza.
Gord, there's just too much ground to cover in such a short period of time, but our players all did really well. And of course, only one person can be today's winner. And that person is player number 2, Scott. Congratulations, Scott. Good work. Now, for being our studio winner, you and you alone take home this week's studio pack. In it this week, we've got for you the amazing Max Skate Bike. Combine the fun of a skateboard with the speed of a bike, the Max Skate Bike, total warm weather fun. Really great prize, and thanks to everybody for coming out.
Okay, if you live in the Toronto area or plan on making a visit, drop us a line at Video and Arcade Top 10, 37 Head Avenue, Unit 17, Toronto, Ontario, M6K1X4. Or you can call us at area code 416-535-8032. Remember that if you don't write in and tell us you want to be a home player, you can't win the CD-ROM or the Miele mountain bike, 2 way cool prizes. Plus, thanks to Wayne Parker from Glass Tiger for dropping in and giving us some great tips and hints for Super NES. Remember, also, all you teenagers, don't be afraid to write in. There is no age limit for this show. So, whether you're out in another world fighting space creatures or doing battle with ghouls and medieval knights, it all comes down to the same old thing. Play the game. All right, let's turn around. Let's play another game. You guys ready to play another game? We'll see you next week. Hey, now you're playing with power. Superpower.
Coming soon to YTV, Canadian teens give you the straight word about staying in school. Watch Juno winner and high school student Alanis host the YTV special Borderline High. Headed your way Thursday, June 11th at 9 p.m.